Welcome back to Custom Home Builder Solutions, also known as CHS, a job costing, full accounting, and profit management software for the professional home builder. This is a continuation in a series of videos about accounts receivable. I'm going to click the button on the Home tab for Accounts Receivable. We talked about add new invoices, receivables invoices, and how to set up for accounts receivable. Then we talked about how you could post this new invoice, and then we talked about how you can create an accounts receivable invoice when you're entering a bill and accounts payable. And we also talked in the next video after that about how you could create accounts receivable invoices when you're posting payroll, for advances or for things that the employee owes you for. In this particular video, we're going to talk about one more way that you could actually create invoices that you've already made, and that's by copying them. So if you'll notice this button down here, it says Review, Edit, Delete, Copy AR Entries. So I'm going to go ahead and click that. I'm going to be copying an invoice that we did in our videos. Let me open Help here for a minute. I was showing in a video, and it's right down here at the bottom, about manage rental properties using jobs and departments. And in that video, I talked about how you could set up payors and give them a payor type like tenant or renter or something like that, so that they're easy to search for in accounts receivable, etc. Also other databases based on payor type. But I talk all about creating rental invoices, how to set all that up, what to do in various places, and creating those invoices on that video at the bottom of all the help. CHS can handle all kinds of accounting, actually, besides just custom home builders, because it's a full accounting database. But anyway, so I've opened the big database of all the accounts receivable detail entries, and it's sorted by payer and then grouped underneath the payer by invoice numbers and shows balances for those, etc. But what I'm going to do is search for my payors that I gave a type to of renter. So I'm going to submit that search because I want to copy my rental invoices from one month to the other instead of re-enter them and just give them a new date. So in our other video, we were creating one that had $1,500 and then $150 for utilities, $1,500 for one rent, and $1,000 for a security deposit. You can tell we posted a payment, which we'll be talking about in the next videos. Then we did an invoice for April 1st, 2016 for the utilities and the monthly rent. But let's say it is April 16th right now, but maybe near the end of April I actually want to just sit down and create some invoices to send out for rents. So I'm going to use, on this one here, I'm going to use this link for copy. It will copy all of the entries for the invoice, not a payment entry, but all the entries from AR that were posted in accounts receivable, and then you'll be able to edit them or remove part of the entry as you like. But it'll first copy them and then open a window where we can edit them. So I'm going to do copy for this one. And the first thing that opens is something where you can give the new records that will be posted a date. And so I'm actually going to go ahead and give them a date of May 1st so I can recognize that rental income for May 1st. CHS has supplied a new invoice number, and it is going to supply the payer for you, the job, and the department, because it needs to do that when it's copying. We're making sure that all jobs and departments and all the ins and outs for them, for the payer, etc., stay in the same job and department. If you want to create one with a different job and department, you should do it from scratch. So anyway, and I explained how we had payer Dan Green attached to this particular job anyway. So that would have dropped in on a brand new invoice, which you could then change, though, if it was a new invoice and not copying. You can use the Create New AR Invoice after you put in the date. And if you need to look at any payor, see if there's any payor notes or activities that you should be reviewing. There was not any, but you can click that payer's notes. If there'd been an alert for the payer, it probably would have popped up. But anyway, Create New AR Invoice is what this is. And it says a new invoice has been created. And then a window will open, and it's actually the same window that opens when you edit any accounts receivable, because CHS went and already posted those. It copied those, but it used this date, but it copied everything else. But let's say, I want to just add anything to these, whatever. Or I wanted to change the amount, I could, that kind of thing. We've already gone over these various fields for accounts receivable. If I wanted to add another line, I could copy this line and then add another line that I'm billing them for in May, something like that. Or if I did not want to bill them for these utilities, I could actually delete this line and just leave the line for the rent. But I'll go, that's how easy it is to copy that. I don't need to make any changes. I'm doing the same thing, unless I want to write notes or something. So I'll just submit this. If that window opened before I leave it, you can see it dim back here, and you don't need to make any changes at all and don't want to write notes. You can just review it, and then you can click Close, Do Not Submit Edits. It will be posted. It also said on that initial window when we popped up to copy, let me click it again. I'm not actually going to copy again, but it told you something else. It says the copied entries will not display in the list of receivables entries until it is refreshed. And that's because we actually sort of leave this list and go do things, and I don't have a window closing. I go to a whole other window, the edit window, and I don't have any command that can just tell the list I was on to refresh as it closes. So when you come back here, you could either refresh or you could resubmit your search, because I remember my search was just for renters. So I'll resubmit the search, and then it'll bring in my new copied ones. You can see I have this one dated April and then this one dated May. They should have paid their April one already, but we're doing demo stuff, so we haven't been paying that. Maybe we will when we do the next video or something. But that's how easy it is. Before I forget, while I'm here, never mind. You could, if you had something you needed to upload and attach to these invoices, you could click the upload icon, and let's just upload a stupid picture or something just so you can see what happens. But let's just say you had something that you're wanting to attach to that invoice, but we're just going to do a picture of a koala. But you could also upload a PDF. You can see how it is already tagged with the payer, the job, some description, because that's the description it had there. It's in the AR journal. It goes with the AR Invoice 1018 just for information. But if I close this, you're going to see that then there's a little paperclip icon showing that there is an attachment, and if I click it, I can click to open that attachment. Also, if I need to delete that attachment, I can click this upload icon again. It's going to tell me that it has a file attached, just warning me, but I can go ahead and click that little X there to delete the upload, and then this window for tagging, etc. will open, because it's actually still stored in your file cabinet, even though it's not attached to the accounts receivable record anymore. But I can just completely get this deleted from the server and from our file cabinet. It searches to see if this photo is attached to anything. Said it didn't find it attached, and it went ahead and let me just completely delete that attachment. Now when this refreshes, that little paperclip icon will be gone. So this video is about copying a accounts receivable invoice, and about uploading attachments and attaching things to them if you need to, just for reference about why the entry was created. So thank you for watching, and our very next video is going to be about posting a deposit for payments of some of these receivables. Talk to you later.